It's 100 degrees today and we're going out scouting for locations for our next model shoot. The air is smoky, the sun's all red, and it's hot. Hi, I'm Charlie Duncan, a landscape photographer who's been taking photos every day for over 10 years now. But today, we're going to be talking about portrait photography. Because sometimes portrait photography and landscapes mix. Hi! Today I'm out looking for photo shoot locations for my Forest Queen series. So let's check out this old abandoned Forest Service building. Kind of looking in here. As long as the cars aren't going by and I can get that, it's like a volleyball net or something out of the frame. This would be a good area. The backlit trees, just have to watch out for the ribbons here. So that's an option. This is the old U.S. Forest Service building out in Darrington. There's no sign saying it's private property that I've seen. It's a Forest Service building, so it should be public property. Even though it's seen better days, it definitely make interesting backdrop for a subject.
Cool.
Yeah, you always want to keep your models safe though. You wouldn't want to put them anywhere that you wouldn't go or anywhere where they're not comfortable, because if they're not comfortable, it's going to show in the photos. So you want to make sure things are sturdy before you go up there. Make sure nothing's going to fall on them from above. And just safety is a good precaution to take. I mean, it even says right over here, safety first.
Be out of the rain in here if it's raining.
Yeah.
This is going to be an awesome spot.
Yeah. You also want to make sure that you can stick your lights somewhere in here for lighting your subject, and make sure that you can keep them out of frame as well. You can always take two shots, one with the lights, one without the lights, and just blend out the other light. I can show you how to do that in Photoshop in another video as well. Definitely a few things to consider here, with safety being number one, lighting being number two, and it's also good to be able to get a number of shots in a single location. Like the trees over there. I see a gazebo over that way we'll check out in a little bit. But it's definitely good to watch for other locations in the same area that you can use. Like if you turn this way, I mean, there's a lot of cars and stuff here, but just looking right here in this pathway right there, that would be another good place to put a model. A couple options here. I can think probably about 5 or 10 shots that I can do just with this building here. And we still haven't explored the open area over here yet. Another thing that's good to bring with you when you're scouting out locations and such is it's a garbage bag to pick up all the trash, because it's a lot easier to pick it up than it is to Photoshop out of every shot. Plus, you're also cleaning up the area and doing a service to the community in the process. And plus, it keeps things open for other photographers to come to the area, especially if they know that photographers are going to come here clean up in the process. They're not going to close this down for people. I mean, they may close it down for safety reasons because it is an old building, but we're gonna double check that before we leave, and it should be good. Also, another shot idea in front of a old roads closed sign with the woods in the background would definitely be another great shot. So that's another shot at the same location. Another nice little location here along this trail. It'd be great for a shot. Another good thing is if say you're in a place and somebody approaches you, it's usually good to let them know that you'll be back on a certain day to take photos, and ask them if it's all right. This pile of old log rounds in here, that would make another great shot. Just having your model sitting on those logs would add an interest to the shot, and then you'd have the background of the interesting building in the background as well. A lot of photographers will have a large collection of props to bring. Usually in my photos, I don't use props unless the model specifically brings them to the shoot, and then I will selectively use them. The shoot's more about the model and the location to me, which is why I don't tend to use props very much. Some shots your model will get dirty in. You want to do those shots last. Absolutely last, because you don't want your model to get all dirty at the beginning. So my thought is there's a nice pattern on the floor here. If I stood up on this log round carefully, I could shoot straight down and have a model's head centered in the middle of all this, which would make for an interesting backdrop. It's another great spot. You got a trail going this way, another trail going this way, and you got the trail going back this way where I'm standing for 3 more shots. You also want to look out for backup plans. If it's raining and you've got a shoot scheduled and you still want to do that shoot, you're going to want to have at least 1 or 2 covered areas close by that will work in an absolute emergency. Could even do a shot of the model sitting on this log with the background a little bit blurry, but still just enough to make out what's behind. You know, sometimes you also have to think on your feet. You can scout out all you want, but conditions change. Your model may not have the abilities to do certain things that you want them to do. So you just have to be able to think on your feet at the same time and be able to improvise on the spot. But it always helps to know the area beforehand. At our second potential location, sometimes it's always good to have a second location in case something goes wrong with the first one. Or if, you know, you're feeling it and the model's feeling it and you just want to get those extra couple shots, go that extra mile for your clients, then it's definitely good to have more than one location. You always want to go a location where you yourself would follow a stranger into and you would still feel comfortable. All right, this old growth forest here is a beautiful place, but it is just a small pullout on the side of a road, and there's no signs, no nothing. So it is a borderline spot, which is why it's a good secondary location, so you can build a rapport with your model, and then say, hey, I've got another really beautiful place to go to. Let's go here. Sometimes you got to take a couple lame shots at lame locations in order to build rapport and confidence and make your model more comfortable with you, because this could be the first time you ever meet. Also, you may not know this model as well, so you want to be comfortable with the model as well. I mean, you don't know them. They're just somebody that hired you to take photos. There is a lot of iffy people in the world, and you want to be sure that you're not working for one of the iffy peoples. So it's good to first build rapport, first build a relationship with the model, and then when you're more comfortable, you can bring them to these more secluded, wooded places where they're finally comfortable with you, and they're comfortable being themselves, because it will show in your pictures. I will say it 1,000 times, if your model is not comfortable, if your model is not happy, they're not going to look happy, they're not going to do their best, and they're not going to feel their best. So it's your job to make them feel at home and comfortable. So it's a good thing when we were scouting out this location, because right now, this location is very grown over compared to what I remember it. You used to be able to see clearly down this trail. There was another trail that went that way, and that's completely grown over. So this might not be a good location. I've seen maybe 2 shots that I can take here, as opposed to like 10 at the last place we went to. One would be them sitting on this stump here with the trees in the background. But again, it's very overgrown, so you're not getting the foresty shot in the background. It's just mostly the understory. Well, I guess another shot could be on this trail here. And then over by this smaller tree, there is a rock that I could see a model sitting on. So that's only about 3 shots. And it might not be worth even coming here. So always gotta check your locations first. Don't waste your model's time. Always think of their time more than your own. Because yes, your time is money, but their time is also money. They're spending good money on these shoots to get beautiful pictures. And if you're wasting their time, the hour that you allotted for their shoot, or the 20 minutes or 15 minutes, however long your shoots are, you're wasting their money in their eyes. So you need to be working, you need to be on your game, and you need to have your locations at least somewhat scouted out beforehand. So a couple more shots right here along this trail would be okay. On this rock right here would be a good shot. Maybe standing out in the middle of these ferns here. There's some nice big trees for a background there. And then also standing on this trail. It's good to have a leading line up to your subject with the trail, or the points of all the ferns leading into your subject, so that your subject is the main focus, so that whenever they look at your shot, your eyes need to be drawn into your subject. So the ferns can do that. The ferns can do that. The trail can help you do that. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. Now that the shoot's over, I had a little time to think about a few more things I would like to add. We didn't do all the locations. We just went to the first location, and I wasn't able to use all of the compositions that I had planned for. I was able to use a lot of them. The model also had ideas on what she would like to shoot, and it's always good to at least try to use the model suggestions, because sometimes they may work out better than what you've planned. You never know. It also helps you with being able to think on your feet and work on the fly. So we got a lot of great shots from the shoot. We didn't do any filming during the shoot because we wanted to be sure that we were focusing all our attention on the model. Another good thing as a male photographer when you're photographing females is to invite them to bring someone along that they will feel comfortable in front of. Forest Queen is a new series I'm undertaking that I will be blending my landscape photography with my portrait photography. All my shoots are done outdoors, not in studios. They blend the beauty of nature with your beauty as well. So if you're interested in being a Forest Queen, let me know. I will leave my email address below. You shoot us your info and we'll get back to you and we'll discuss about being in the Forest Queen series. So again, thank you for watching. I don't always do portrait photography tips and tricks, but I thought I'd throw this one in because I was doing a Forest Queen session. So don't forget to hit that like and subscribe and follow me for more photography tips in the future. I'm posting weekly. I will see you next week. I may be changing my schedule from posting on Sundays to posting on Wednesdays because I post to my other channel on Wednesdays as well, and it'd just be a little bit easier for me instead of having to post 2 days a week to post 1 day a week. So my other channel is The Adventure Closet. It's me and my wife's channel. We go on a lot of adventures and we do some camping, road trips, hiking. It kind of shows you all the locations I get to for taking my landscape photography shots. So it's kind of a cool behind the scenes of where I go. You should definitely check it out. I'll link that in the description below, and I will see you next time. Bye now.